In today's video, we'll be taking a look at 5 custom peak rail sets that I've built based on episodes from the HiT era of Thomas and Friends. For those that don't know, the HiT era refers to the 5 model seasons produced by HiT Entertainment, starting with Series 8 in 2004 and ending with Series 12 in 2008. Compared to the seasons that came before, these episodes were aimed at a younger audience and featured much simpler stories. But since these were the seasons that were coming out when I was growing up, I'm very nostalgic for them. I've chosen one episode from each season of this era to base a set on, starting with Edward the Great from Series 8, The Magic Lamp from Series 9, Thomas and the Birthday Mail from Series 10, Gordon and the Engineer from Season 11, and finally, James Works It Out from Series 12. Make sure to stick around until the end, because these turned out to be some of the most fun and creative sets I've ever built. So without further ado, all aboard for our first custom set stop. Starting off, here is the Edward and Spencer's Great Race set, based on the Series 8 episode Edward the Great. In this story, the Duke and Duchess of Boxford arrive to the island aboard Spencer, their pompous, speedy private engine. He brags that he's faster than every Soto engine put together, which makes them very cross. When the opportunity for a race arises, the engines are disappointed when Sir Topham Hatt chooses old and slow Edward to take the Duke and Duchess's furniture to their summer home. Spencer swiftly takes the lead, but after some crafty tricks, Edward wins the race and makes Sodor proud. I've given the set a medium-sized blue track layout that was loosely inspired by the Thomas wooden railway set based on this episode. I've kept the bridge and light-up signal, changed the positioning of the siding, and added Wellsworth Station with a pedestrian crossing, the Duke and Duchess of Boxford summer home, and a water tower. The track layout is relatively similar, with the track going both under and over the bridge, but I've also added a Y-switch junction at the bottom of the slope. The characters featured in this set are Edward, Spencer, and the Duke and Duchess of Boxford. I've also included 2 pieces of rolling stock, the furniture car, and the Duke and Duchess's private coach. This is a really fun set. Although it's pretty small compared to my other sets, I think all the little details and play features make up for it, and make it really exciting to play with. Older fans will love it because of the popularity of this episode and nostalgia from the Thomas wooden railway set, and younger fans would also want it because of its inclusion of must-have characters like Edward and Spencer. Overall, I'm very pleased with how this set turned out, and think it captures the charm of this simple story perfectly.
Hey, what's up everyone? I'm the Oliver fan, and I'll be taking us through our next custom set. Here is the Peak Rail Peter Sam's Magical Mystery Set, based on the Series 9 episode, The Magic Lamp. In this story, Skarloey tells the engines a tale about Proteus, an old narrow-gauge engine who had a lamp so bright it was said to be magical, and would grant wishes to anyone who found it. Peter Sam brushes it off as silly make-believe, and puffs off with his important train of supplies to mend the broken winch up at the quarry. On his journey, however, strange things begin to happen. He hears rushing wind, eerie creaking, and sees a flickering light. Peter Sam starts to wonder if the story might be true after all. His wish of finding his way again is soon granted as Harold arrives to help him guide him to the incline. This set contains a large layout of blue track, which was inspired by the classic Thomas wooden railway A Day at the Works set. However, it features some major changes such as an inclusion of an extra line going up the large bridge, the flip positioning of the sheds, and the addition of an LED light signal, a tunnel, and an airfield. Quite an intricate design. The 3 characters included in the set are Peter Sam, Proteus, and Harold the helicopter. There are also 3 pieces of rolling stock included to represent Peter Sam's train of supplies to fix the winch at the quarry. This set features 3 main routes for the 2 engines to take. First being the loop past the sheds and up and over the bridge. Second being the large loop going underneath the bridge and past the airfield. And finally, a small oval going through the tunnel. Although the sheds aren't featured in the episode, they were kept as a part of the layout as a reference to the deleted scene where Peter Sam arrives home late at night. Overall, this set does a fantastic job of recreating the key moments from the Magic Lamp. It features all the essential elements from the episode. The inclusion of the rare and sought-after items such as Peter Sam and Proteus would make this set highly desirable in the eyes of collectors, and to mention worth quite a lot of money. And the exciting track layout packed with fun destinations would be perfect for kids to play around with for hours. I'm honestly surprised that more merchandise ranges haven't attempted to make a set based on this episode. Trackmaster Tomi did an incredible job and I'm glad to be a part of it. Thank you for having me, man.
Jumping along to our next set, here is the Thomas and Rosie's birthday delivery set, based on the Series 10 episode, Thomas and the Birthday Mail. In this story, it's stormy season on the island of Sodor, and Thomas is delivering mail to his friend Alice, who lives up at High Farm. One stormy day, Thomas is delivering Alice's birthday presents to her, when Rosie, a cheerful little pink engine, comes up to him. Rosie idolizes Thomas and wants to do everything just like him, much to his annoyance. Just then, Harold arrives and warns the two of bad weather approaching. Thomas is determined to deliver Alice's presents to her, so decides to go anyway. Rosie offers to help, but Thomas rudely declines. Thomas makes his way up to High Farm. On his way, he gets stuck in a huge landslide. Luckily, Rosie had been following him and was able to deliver the presents and save Thomas in the end. This is the most detailed set I've ever built, fully leaning into the birthday theme, as you can obviously tell. This set comes with Angry Thomas, Pink Rosie, Thomas's mail train from the episode, and 3 birthday-themed wagons. Harold and the airfield are also included, along with Maithwaite Station with a pedestrian crossing and water tower, the orchard, representing High Farm, a shed, a tunnel, a Ferris wheel, decorated Maithwaite Station, and a table with a birthday cake. The track layout features 2 routes, the loop starting at Maithwaite, going past High Farm and the shed, or the outside line that takes you past the Ferris wheel and up the curvy hill which was inspired by Thomas's difficult journey to High Farm in the episode. Overall, I'm really proud of the design of this set, and I love the inclusion of Pink Rosie. She is seriously becoming one of my favorite motorized Thomas items I own.
Hey everybody, it's City Will, and I'll be taking us through our next custom set of the video. Here is the Plarail Gordon's Mechanic Mix-Up set, based on the Series 11 episode Gordon and the Engineer, or Gordon and the Mechanic in the US and Canada. In this story, some points on the main line have jammed, so Sir Topham Hatt assigns Gordon with picking up an engineer from Marin to fix them. Gordon spots a man with a toolbox on the platform and assumes that it must be the engineer, and puffs off without waiting for Bertie to arrive with more passengers. When he reaches the broken points, Gordon is shocked to discover that the man with the toolbox isn't the engineer, but instead a carpenter who thought Gordon was taking him to the docks. Unable to reverse safely, Gordon is forced to make a plan to collect the engineer by reversing down the line, then bring him back up the line to the points. With help from Donald and Douglas, his plan works, and the railway can run smoothly again. The characters included in this set are Gordon, Donald, Douglas, Bertie, the engineer, and Sir Topham Hatt's car. Gordon has also been given 2 express coaches to pull along. The layout features a massive circuit of blue track that covers the entire table, which also features an inside line leading to Marin Station, with a loop for Bertie, the Sodor Roundhouse, and a tunnel. The outside loop incorporates a switch, 2 signals, and a signal box, a pedestrian crossing, and 3 stations with stop rails to enable the play feature of this set. Simply set 2 of the stop rails to stop, then start all 3 of the included engines, with 2 of them being stopped at the stations. The third engine will bump into one of them and cause a chain reaction around the layout. This is a great way of recreating Gordon's plan in the episode, and is a blast to play with. Overall, this is a fantastic set that perfectly captures the problem solving that Gordon has to do to fix his mistake in the episode. Older fans and collectors will love the inclusion of the rare and expensive Donald, Douglas, express coaches, and the Sodor Roundhouse, while younger fans will love the creative play feature, size of the layout, and the ability to run multiple engines at once. An amazing set for an honestly pretty mid episode. I mean, I think it's okay. It's a solid 6.7 out of 10, I guess.
Before we move on, I wanted to give a quick shout out to this video by my friend MTI. His own versions of a Gordon and the Engineer set are fantastic and were an inspiration for my own. I've left a link to his video in the description below, so if you have time and are looking for more fun motorized Thomas and Friends content, go check it out. Finally, here is the James's Snowy Situation set, based on the Series 12 episode, James Works It Out. In this story, James, Stanley, and Thomas are shunting trucks in the yard. James shunts his train and adds Hector to it, who tells James to ask the yard manager for the weather report. Not wanting to be told what to do by a truck, James ignores him and starts off. On their journey, they see Edward, offers to help them up the hill. Hector suggests that they take his offer, but James refuses to be told what to do, and they carry on alone. Eventually, James's pride gets them stuck in the snow, which makes him realize that Hector was right and he should have listened to him. After finally listening to Hector's suggestion, James is able to get his train unstuck and deliver it to Great Waterton. This layout features a twisty, winding layout with lots of switches and curves. It contains a lot of cool destinations and play features, such as a large bridge, the snowy tunnel from the original Trackmaster set, Great Waterton Station, the shunting yard, the airfield, a water tower, and another tunnel. This set comes with 4 characters: Surprise CGI James, Stanley, Hector, and Harold. 2 CGI troublesome trucks are also included to give Stanley something to pull and complete James's train. This set does a fantastic job at including all of the key elements from this episode, and I really like the uniqueness of the snowy setting. I also thought it was clever that James has a CGI face and Stanley has a model series face, contrasting the Series 12 style of models with CGI faces animated on them. This is definitely a strong set to end on. And there you have it, 5 custom Plarail Thomas and Friends sets based on episodes from each season of the HiT era. Leave a comment telling me what your favorite set of the video was, and who was your favorite minifigure cameo. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.